lockdown, right? Yeah.
Yes,
Oh, but
yes, he
it's
did.
old. Jeez. He could have been done. All right, let's go on the record. This is cause number 2019 CR 9324, the state of Texas versus Nicholas Flores. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
John Winter for the defendant.
Mr. Flores is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Mr. Flores, we are proceeding by video conference. You want to continue like that? You agree to continue on Zoom?
Yes.
Okay, just had to get that on the record, John, because this was actually a paper plea from 2020, right before the pandemic hit. So I don't have a video conference agreement from him, but we'll proceed on Zoom. All right. He was just supposed to return for sentencing. It was a rec of 4 years, $1,200 fine, restitution $60, take a drug course, 130 hours community service. The TAP recommended SATIF. So is that what you want to talk to me about?
Yeah, Judge, I wanted to talk to you about that and kind of point out, according to the PSI, he reads at a 4th grade level and they consider him to be functionally illiterate. And so I just kind of wanted to throw that into the mix. I think that could have been some of the problems that he's been having with, communicating with bondsmen and me and all that sort of thing. But we do ask that you forego SATIF. As you can see from his history, he really doesn't have much of a history. He was on probation for a marijuana case, and then he's got this case. He works. He's got a job. He did change his employer. His new employer is Jose Garcia. He does the same thing. He's still framing, but he's got a new employer, Jose Garcia. It appears that he broke up with his longtime mother of his children, Amber, about a year ago. So he is still paying child support and doing everything he needs to do. But given his lack of any real history, perhaps Center for Healthcare Services can take care of any issues he has better than locking him up in SATIF or anything like that.
Where have you been, sir?
Just working.
I know, but you never showed up for sentencing. What did you think was happening?
I don't know.
I mean, do you remember entering a plea in February of 2020?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened? You didn't show up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so how do I know that you're going to follow the rules of probation if you didn't show up for court?
Yeah, I was going to something with my wife. My baby mama was going to some stuff, so all the information was her. Like all the,
Hang on.
I was just depending on her for everything, but
You're muted again. You don't have to mute yourself.
I was just depending on her for everything. But now since I'm myself, I'm gonna go to court and everything I have to do.
All right.
Yeah, and Judge, I'll point out, I was talking with him earlier, and he said that he did contact his bondsman. That was probably at a period of time in between court dates. They didn't tell him he had a court date at that time. He says he's tried to contact me. I mean, I've gotten a couple of phone calls from him, and I've gotten a couple of phone calls from Amber Ortiz, his common law wife, I guess. But that was like over a year ago, so I'm not really sure. But it does appear that that it's not the case where he just disappeared entirely. Maybe he didn't do as much as he could have done, but he certainly did try and follow through and see what was going on.
And just briefly, Your Honor, this is, of course, Luis on behalf of the state. Judge, according to the information that we have in the PSI, he may have a pending charge, possibly in federal court. There's even a case number referencing the transportation of aliens. It's just not clear what happened with that case. whether that case has been resolved. It's from 2019, from July of 2019 is the offense date on that case. And the state's position, Judge, on SATIF is that he should be in SATIF, and that's just based on the information that's in the PSI, primarily involving his use of drugs, including marijuana and methamphetamine.
I don't see he has any holds.
Yeah, Judge, I don't know. I don't think that case is going anywhere. That was apparently a charge that he got like a month after this charge, and it doesn't appear to have gained traction with the state or the feds. I just don't see that case is going anywhere. And like I say, you know, he hasn't picked up any new cases or anything. He reads on the 4th grade level. You know, I think it's worth giving him a chance.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fuss about that at this point. Well, Mr. Flores, you have to follow the rules. We're gonna give you the rules. You're gonna have your conditions today. It is a recommendation of deferred. So, Mr. Flores, I did accept your plea of no contest February 18th, 2020. I did find the evidence was sufficient to substantiate your guilt. I'm not gonna make any other findings at this time. I'm going to grant the application for deferred for a period of 4 years, $1,200 fine, restitution in the amount of $60. I want you to do intensive outpatient treatment and biweekly UAs for 60 days. I'm assuming you're clean right now because you're in the Bexar County Jail, so I expect you to be clean.
Yes, ma'am.
Status is held in abeyance at this point. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
It's a plea bargain case, Mr. Flores. You might not remember, but you had signed your signature right here back in 2020. So you do not have a right to appeal this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. You're going to go in a breakout room with probation now.
May I be excused, Judge?
Yes, thank you. Good to see you, John.
Thank you, Judge.
I don't know what papers look like now. The old way of doing things. Yeah. Okay, are we ready? Mr. Collins, you ready on yours on Landeros? Although I think yours is a little more complicated. But let's.
I don't think ours is that complicated, Judge. It's just
Isn't she?
a captive evaluation, just argument.
I mean, it's a recommendation, but isn't she pregnant?
She's pregnant, Your Honor. We're asking for her to be able to be out and take care of doctor visits to be with her baby, and she's going to report and everything. So I don't see where it's that complicated.
Where are you? Well, because they're recommending residential treatment.
Well, yeah, they're recommending that she stays in custody while she has the baby. And I don't know if, do we need the county and the state being in the process of delivering babies and everything, Judge? That's where I got a problem with. I think if we can have her out, be with her doctor, she's going to report to the court and all that stuff. That's where I'm asking for.
She's not eligible for residential treatment in her current condition. So
Agree, Your Honor. So they're basically saying to hold her, to have the baby, and then maybe a bed will open up, Judge. And I'm just asking her for her to be out, let her go to doctor visits, report to probation, be on if we need to be no tolerance outpatient. She understands that, Your Honor, but we're asking her to be out, be with family, to have her baby.
how far along are you? When is your twins coming?
I believe it's soon, Your Honor. But Miss Lander, she can tell you for sure.
I'm on, they want to induce me on February the 15th.
Yeah. We're close, Judge. We're close.
Just a few minutes. I need my probation officer back in here.
Certainly, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ed, do you need to confer on your case or you're done conferring?
No,
Your
we
Honor,
just. Oh, sorry, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. I could talk to my client, Your Honor.
Okay, Ashley can move you.
Sorry I'm late, Judge. I was on 2 ALRs that were set.
Oh, that's okay. On Jordan's price, I don't think I got, did I get that paperwork too? Oh, I need you on another sentencing. Bianca, I need you on a sentencing. Can they wait? Let's go on the record. Okay, let's go on the record. This is cause number 2020 CR 8910, the state of Texas versus Mary Elizabeth Landeros. Attorneys, please make your announcements for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Luis Echeverria for the state of Texas.
David Collins for the defendant, Your Honor.
Ms. Landeros is appearing by video conference from the Bexar County Jail. Go ahead and tell me your full name.
Mayor Elizabeth Landeros.
Here are the results of the TAP evaluation. The TAP evaluation recommends residential treatment, but for purposes of the record, Ms. Landeros is currently pregnant and there is no residential facility that will take her in her condition. So I am going to hold the requirement of residential treatment in abeyance. Are we ready to proceed?
Defenses, Your Honor.
The recommendation of 3 years deferred. So having found that the evidence is sufficient to substantiate your guilt, I will make no other findings as to count one. Count one is a second-degree felony with Landeros. I will grant the application for deferred adjudication for a period of 3 years, $1,500 fine. We're going to hold SATIF in abeyance. $57 restitution. I'm going to hold the 200 hours in abeyance as well. No contact order with Jason Carney, Kearney. I am going to order supportive outpatient. But probation, you are instructed in her conditions that supportive outpatient can be started until after she delivers her babies.
May I ask a question?
Hang on, she currently has a due date of February 15th. So in the meantime, you still have to report. Most of the time people report by Zoom anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
Once after the pregnancy, I want her to take a UA biweekly, 60 days. What is your question?
What do you mean by supportive support?
Supportive outpatient, that is program for drugs and alcohol.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This is a plea bargain case, Ms. Landeros. I did follow your plea bargain agreement, so you do not have a right to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're going to go in a breakout room with probation.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
You're welcome, Judge. Good luck, Mary, and shout out to David Zarate with his typing skills, Your Honor.
Oh my God, David.
Still bringing it strong, Mr. Collins. Still bringing
Just
it strong.
trying to keep it like CPS, Judge. That's how we roll. But thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Take care, Dave.
Thanks, David. May I be excused, Your Honor?
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Take care. Stay safe.
David. He loves it when people tell him.
Judge, or the state on my client.
But her concern is that,
Did you talk to probation already? That you're
I've talked to my client, Your Honor. I need to visit with probation
yes, sir.
and the state.
He's a little bit tied up, so probably visit with the state first.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm gonna have to wait for my